Hi, I'm Abby, and if you're new to my channel, I completed 75 hard a few months ago, and now I'm ready for a new challenge that will get me into the groove of becoming more active again and feeling better again. So let's go for a walk while I tell you all about it. So I am one of those people who just absolutely loves a good New Year's resolution. It feels like that one time of the year, to where you're really just wanting to become the best version of yourself you can be. I have also always been one of those people who struggles to maintain consistency with any of their goals. And so I'm hoping for the first year ever that I can remain consistent throughout the year with a few different goals that I have. So I love a good challenge, and I figured it'd be kind of like a good New Year's reset in a way to go ahead and do one. Let's go ahead and take a pause for a second while I go ahead and tell you about the challenge. This challenge is a 31-day challenge. It will be from January 2nd to February 1st. Today is January 2nd. It is currently 8 a.m. For the challenge details, I just kind of made up my own challenge, to be honest, but the main thing is hitting 10,000 steps per day every day. I also have no soda and no sweets like cakes, candies, cookies for the entire month. Fast food only once a week because yes, friends, I've gotten bad about getting it quite more frequently lately. And then planned meals for the week. I think it's easier for me to not eat out so much when I have something set in stone and I go ahead and grocery shop for that. So I went ahead and planned out my meals for the week this week, which I'll talk to you about later. And then I will also be posting weekly day in the life vlogs like you're seeing today and daily reels. So yeah, that's the challenge. I've got my little watch on, which I'll be wearing every day. And the plan that I had for myself is to get a good bulk of it done in the beginning of the day. So right now my goal is for out here to get 5,000 steps done. And then I'll probably do something else in the afternoon and then end it out in the evening with probably another walk. All that to say though, I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go, so that plan may very well change. We will see how this first day goes, and then I will kind of figure it out for the next days what I want to do better. It is really nice and cool outside compared to my days on 75 hard when I was sweating nearly every day. So that is a good change, I think, for me. Yeah, let's go ahead and get our steps in. If you'd like to join with me, it's okay to join a little late if you don't already have something else going on. If you do have something else going on, let me know what you are doing. I know a lot of people at the beginning of this year were excited to jump into 75 hard or some other thing. I know I haven't really given an update here in some time, so I'd really like to talk about what's been going on the last few months. I think my last vlog was on Halloween, and after then I took a break from filming for a bit, and then me and my husband actually went to Japan, Taiwan, and China. We were gone for a few weeks in November, got back in December. Right when we got back from our trip, however, thank goodness it was not on the trip. We got hit with the flu really, really bad. We were sick for 3 weeks. That is how long it took to get rid of that mess. It was not a fun time, and I did absolutely nothing during all of those weeks. I really have done nothing since we got back home at all, like activity-wise. I have to say that while we traveled, that's probably the most in my step count I think I've ever done. We were hitting at least 20K steps a lot of those days. It was really such an amazing trip. I did decide not to vlog any of it. I just kind of wanted to live in the moment. We had such an incredible time, and then we got back home. We were sick. We celebrated Christmas with a few of our family members. It was a nice time. Anyways, with New Year's, I want to talk New Year's resolutions. Like I said earlier, I'm absolutely a sucker for New Year's resolutions, so I want to hear your New Year's resolutions. My biggest goal is just plain consistency, which can be quite vague, but a couple little individual goals are that I would like to save a bit more financially, and another random little goal is I just want to stop biting my fingernails. I have always had this problem ever since I can remember. I want my nails to grow. I want to stop. That is a huge goal of mine, and I will update you on that if I somehow can finally conquer it. I think hopefully if I stay busy enough, I won't think about it. I don't know, but that's another goal I have. I think that's about it though. I really just want to focus on being consistent in those things that I want. I don't have a weight loss goal or anything. I started out the year last year having a weight loss goal, wanting to lose 50 pounds, which by the way, I did not do. I don't know, this year I just want to focus on staying more active and staying consistent with that. Like, I love my outdoor walks. If you guys watched my 75 hard journey, you know how in love I became with being outside. And I was never a person like that to begin with, ever. I hated being outside, but now I love it. It really does so much for me mentally, and I just want to keep up with that. Already I'm feeling so much better. I feel like I've been bedridden for the last few weeks. Really have not even stepped outside since we got back from our Japan trip, which is so bad. That's been like a month. If you didn't know, that is really, really easy for me to do actually, because I work from home. I have my own little small business, so I don't necessarily need to go outside. I really have to push myself to. It's just one of those little problems that I struggle with. I often forget how much I love being out here and get lazy with it, to be quite frank. The only disadvantage to this time of the year for me is just how bare everything gets. It is currently 8:37 a.m. I have got 2,842 steps done. We've still got a bit to go. I'm still feeling pretty good, but needed a quick water break. By the way, if you're curious, I no longer drink a gallon every day, but I do drink much more compared to before. Back to it. It is now 9:01 a.m. and I just got done with my 5,000 steps. That was actually much easier for me than I thought it was gonna be, considering I have done like no working out in a good month now. It felt really good, but I do at this moment feel pretty drained. I have not eaten yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and go eat and I'll probably feel better after then. But I am really proud of myself for knocking out half of it at the start of this morning. I feel very confident that I can get the rest knocked out today, so I am really excited for that. For breakfast this morning, I'm just going to have some leftover ham, egg, cottage cheese, blackberries, and strawberries. Here is our breakfast plate for this morning. I'm feeling so hungry right now. So while I'm eating, I did want to talk about the planned meals that I have for this week, since that's part of my challenge, planning meals each week. This evening, we'll be having salmon, rice, and broccoli. Tomorrow will be tomato soup, grilled cheese. On the 4th, it'll be a fast food dinner. That's my once a week fast food. January 5th, one of those frozen meals that comes with like vegetables and chicken and such, just for an easy meal. On the 6th, I'm doing chicken thighs, potatoes, and green beans. The 7th, we're doing taco bowls. 8th is white chicken chili. And for our last day of the week, the 9th, will be chicken fajitas. So those are the planned meals that I've got for this week. I'm just gonna kind of do it on a week by week basis. It feels easier to shop for it that way, I guess. I feel like I should also talk about just how much I have missed filming. It was nice to have the little break and whatnot, but I have really missed doing these little like day in the life vlogs, so I'm very happy to be back. I don't necessarily have a schedule for these vlogs, but I do know they're coming once a week. And then, of course, like I said earlier, I'll be doing the short form reels every single day. It is currently 9:54 a.m. and now we're gonna have a little small business talk. If you're new to my channel, my small business is a huge part of my life, so likely in most of my day in the life vlogs, you'll see a small part of it here and there. If you're curious what I do, I make accessories for those in the embroidery and cross stitch world. They are these little accessories called needle minders. I hand make these with polymer clay and magnetize them in the back. Then they hold onto your fabric and hold on to your needle for you. I know that I wasn't vlogging around that time, so I will show you my past Christmas collection right here. It's such a successful little collection. The only downside to that is I had an order, a very, very big order, and it ended up getting lost in China, so that was sad. But I just love that collection. It's always fun for me to work on Christmas themed things. So today what's on my agenda is I want to work on my Valentine's collection. I don't think it will be too big of a collection, but I do have some really cute needle minders that I want to get done. I think for today I'm just going to get one set done. I normally make around 5 to 6 of each. So it is now nearly 11 a.m. and I just got done with these. I absolutely love how they turned out. It is now 12:05 p.m. and I just got done doing laundry. My husband got off of work a little earlier today, so we're about to go eat some lunch together and do something else to get the step count up. So for lunch, I'm just having a croissant, and I got this cranberry pecan chicken salad from Sam's Club. I've never tried it before. These are really huge croissants. If I had some grapes, I would add those, but I don't have any. It's pretty good, actually. I think I'm just really missing my grapes. It is currently 1 p.m. and my husband and I have decided to go to this museum that's near us, and then after we're gonna go to my favorite place, the bookstore. It is currently 2:10 p.m. and this is where we are at with our steps. It is now 3:15 p.m. and we are on our way to the bookstore. That was actually quite a cool little thing. I've not been there since I was a child, so quite a few things were like changed or different enough for me to like not really remember, I guess. So it was kind of like I was going through something new, and my husband had never been there either, and he thought it was pretty cool as well. It is now 3:45 p.m. We just got out of the bookstore. It was unusually crowded today, so we just kind of hurried up and got out of there. Fun fact about me, I used to be very on it about looking like at Goodreads or review sites or anything for books, but now I just kind of pick something up that I think I'll like. Because, you know, we all have different book tastes and everything, so I have loved some books that people have hated. So anyways, I saw this one, and I'm pretty sure I've seen this one online quite a bit. It's Then She Was Gone. It seems like a good thriller, so I'm gonna start on this year. And then my husband always likes to go and look at the older games for PlayStation, and so he got this one, Burnout. But yeah, that's all we got. Okay, it is now 4:10 p.m. and I'm gonna work on dinner. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be cooking salmon, rice, and broccoli tonight. And the cool thing is I had a family member give me a really cool gift, and that's what I'm gonna use the salmon in tonight. It is this Tyfer air fryer. And I have only used it one time, and that was yesterday, and it was awesome. So I'm really excited to see how these salmon fillets come out. I really loved this though yesterday. Okay, so we will go ahead and get started on our rice. Close that up, start cooking. Now for our broccoli, I just buy these frozen packs from Sam's Club, and we're going to put them inside of our microwavable bowl. I like to add this little roasted veggie seasoning. And then just close the bowl down and microwave it until it's done. Oh, I didn't realize I got it without the skin, but that'll be all right. And then we're gonna keep these pretty simple as well. I'm adding some cowboy butter. I'm gonna spray a little oil on. Not me just walking around the kitchen until I can cook the salmon. You can't have salmon or really any kind of fish without lemon, so I'm gonna cut up some wedges. I'm gonna go ahead and put this first batch in. And we will see how this goes. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. Those are beautiful. Oh my goodness. So I think I'm okay with where those were at. That was at 400 for 9 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and try a piece. Wow, that has like a really good crunch around it, but it's still very tender. That is so good. And here is our last batch. Alrighty, so now everything is done. That is the best salmon ever. 5:40 p.m. and I have now completed my 10K steps on my first day. I would like to talk a little bit more about today. It is currently nearly 6 p.m. It is very dark, very rainy, and it is making me very, very tired. So I think I'm going to end this out fairly soon. So I think my biggest win today was doing that 5K steps right in the morning. I think that really set me on track for the rest of the day. Had I only done maybe 2,000, 3,000, I may have been a little bit more saddened as the day went by. However, when me and my husband were at the museum and I had reached 8K, my feet were really starting to get sore. My feet are still sore at this very moment. And of course, it has been a little while since I've even been active. Besides that, though, I'm feeling pretty good. I love a good challenge and I do feel especially motivated. So now for the last part of my video is something that I used to do quite a lot in my old day in the life vlogs. We're gonna have a little thing called Hobby Talk, and Hobby Talk is just my favorite. I have a large assortment of hobbies, and if I haven't gotten to it yet, I'll get to it eventually. I jump around hobbies so much. I will really hyper fixate on something to the point to where I'm just disgusted of it. I've got to put it away and go on to something new. It rotates like that all the time. Now, that's not to say that, you know, once I go on to something new that I forget about the old hobbies. Oh no, like they are in rotation. It may be a month. It may be a couple months, maybe a year, but eventually I will get back around to it. So lately I've been back into coloring. I was coloring last year as well, but it was more periodically. These days, I've been heavily coloring. I love it. It's such a relaxing hobby. I love to do even little challenges with coloring. What is it with me and challenges? I love it though. And so I'm gonna show you a few of the completed coloring pages that I did today if you're interested. And then at the end of this video, I'm also going to show you the progress that I made on my diamond painting. If you guys were here during my 75 hard journey, I started diamond painting for the first time. Absolutely loved it. I probably haven't made as much progress as you would be assuming that I did, but that's because I did that thing I talked about. I hyper fixated on it for days and just couldn't do it anymore. So the time has not rolled back around to me doing it again, but I did want to show you my progress because that was something I was very excited to get into last year. So for the coloring, I really, really love these kind of books. They're like these cozy, cute books, adorable. Some are like this Coco Wyo, which I know is very, very popular. Others are just like, I have this one, Jade Summer. I don't know. There's a couple different names, but I'm going to show you kind of pages that I've done in each one. So for the first one, I want to show you one that my husband actually got me for Christmas. It's so cute. This is called Silly Crimes, and I thought it was adorable. But here is the page I did out of here. By the way, if you haven't tried adult coloring yet, try it. It's such a good hobby. It's such a, like, you don't have to be, you know, a professional at anything. You just color and it's fun. I don't know. But I did this one. You see the little marshmallows dyed. It's so cute though. He also got me this big old pack of new alcohol markers. So cool. So that was my most recent one that I did. And then for Christmas, I had done so many. So let's see. I actually never completed this. I didn't do the final details. You're supposed to add like some black pen marks and white details. I never added them, but that was a challenge. It's embroidery challenge. Here's another Christmas one. And I think this is my absolute favorite page ever. I took some inspiration. Somebody had posted it on a Facebook coloring group that I'm in, and I absolutely loved it. You pretty much try and make it look like it's gingerbread. So they're just like in a little gingerbread world. I love how that one came out. We've got a little post office. So that was it of that one. That was Comfy Days. I think I have some in Girl Moments. This is an older one that I did a long time ago, but I made it look like raindrops got on the page. I love that one. I meant to make it look Christmassy, but by the end of it, I was like, I did not achieve that, so I just went a different route. Here's a Christmas one. I know I've got at least one in Little Corner. Another Christmas themed one. And then a spooky cutie. I don't think there were any Christmas in here that I did. No, but there are a couple cool ones that me and my husband did. We like half the page and then each of us colored half of it. So that was his half. That was, wait a minute. Yeah, this was his half. That was my half. Those are such fun challenges to do too, like with your spouse, with your kids. Such a good time. This was my side. That was his side. So that is all for the coloring show and tell. I had just been going crazy with coloring for a little while there. I think a big part of it was I really was not feeling good and not feeling like doing much. So this was just something I could sit down with, have a show in the background, and just color. Okay, and then finally for the diamond painting, keep in mind when I first got this, I didn't really read up on it at all. Like, I had no idea how large it was going to be, but it is going to be so cool. I'm pretty sure the last time you guys saw it, I only had like this much done. Maybe a little more, but it wasn't much more than that. Do you guys see? It is really coming along so beautifully. I have had such a time with this. Anyways, it is now 6 p.m. and I am tired. I think me and my husband are gonna go lay down, watch a show. We just finished with Stranger Things. I think a lot of people did. And now we are watching the Fallout series, the second season on Amazon. We are Fallout nerds. Once we get finished up with that, I don't know what's next. We'll see. Today has been a super great day. It feels really refreshing to get back into the swing of things, you know, after being away from it for a little while. Even with my feet a little sore, it does feel so good to just be active again. I mean, for me personally, that's probably the best thing I can do for me mentally, you know, is to just really like get out and walk and stop being so frankly lazy. I mean, that is what I have been for the last few weeks. Like, no doubt, I give myself grace, you know, I was sick, but even after I was sick, I was like, you know, I can wait till the new year. But that is something I need to work on, you know? I really, really want to work on that. I'm not perfect. I just need to learn to be more consistent for me mentally than for anything else. I'm the kind of person, if I fall off the wagon, I like fall off the wagon hard. So I am trying to be the person who, you know, it's okay to fall off the wagon, but you've got to get back on it at some point. If you know a little bit of my story in the past, I had quite a lot of years to where I fell off the wagon and I stayed off the wagon, and I always told myself I would not go back to that, and I haven't. I have never gone back to being that bad as I was. It always has been a very motivating factor for me to not put myself there. Anyways, all that to say, I'm feeling really good today. I'm feeling really good about this year, and I'm just excited. I'm excited to see what comes this year. I'm excited to, you know, work on myself more. And I'm also just really excited to be here and be filming again. It has been a really fun day for that, and I can't wait to talk to you all. So with all that said, this is where I'm going to end it today. We are officially done with day 1 out of 31. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon.